at or what time it is, now is the time. It's good to see you guys. I am so stinking happy to be here. We have an amazing show for you guys, so I hope you stick around for the whole thing. We're going to go through the economic calendar. We're going to go through the state of the market. We have a watch list for you. I have trades in front of me, and I have a little side dish for you on why it is so important to be positive. Why is it so important to be positive? And why people think we are in a euphoric state, I have no idea. So we have an amazing show for you. I hope you guys are all with us. Welcome. Welcome. We already got Conklin. Hello. What's up, Conklin? Be Stewie. Good afternoon. Good night. Whatever you guys want to say. But let me do me. Let me do me. You do you. No. Let's do this. I got to mute myself so you don't hear that. And let me smack you with the intro. All right, guys, what is going on? I am so stinking pumped to be here. I tell you what, we already got 13 in the room and 7 likes. Are you kidding me, baby? We are growing so stinking fast. We're up to 880 subscribers. You know, that's the only thing I ask. Like, subscribe, and make sure you're willing to learn, because you're a loser unless you're learning, right? And I promise you this, we have an amazing show for you guys. I am so pumped. State of the market. We're going to get right into it. Of course, the economic calendar, we want to know what all the hottest additions to the calendar that is coming, because you know that 8:30 when that data drops, you know it can get extremely volatile, and we want to make sure that we are prepared. So I'm going to make sure that you and I are prepared for absolutely sure. And then we're going to have a little side dish on why it pays to be positive. If you haven't watched that YouTube short, we're going to go over it really quick, because there's a lot of negativity out there. There is a ton of negativity. What's up, Ken? What's going on? Roberto. Good to see you. Covey's in the house. Jimmy, what's going on? Yosef, that's what I'm talking about. The whole crew, the OGs are here, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And of course, Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has woken up from his slumber so he can hang out with us tonight. So I am so pumped we are all here. That pays to be positive is the little side dish. We're going to fill you up. You guys are going to absolutely love it. That side dish is going to be phenomenal. You are going to love it. And I promise you, if you are negative in this market, you're going to hate the fact that I have nothing but positive things to say. Because if you've been negative for the past 3 months, you've been losing money, baby. So this dish that I'm bringing up is going to be absolutely positive. And even if we start to head down, we know it still pays to be positive. All right. And then last but not least, my trades. Then, of course, we save the best for last, the watch list, baby. So we are going to have an awesome time tonight. Let's just jump right into this, guys. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. I hope everybody can see this. I hope the music's not too loud. I hope you can hear me this time. I know the last time we tried to do a live, my mic was a little messed up, but I learned. I'm not a loser. I'm learning, baby. We did the mic check. So cheers. This one's for you, not for me. And let's jump right into the S&P. Oh, that's good stuff. Anybody know Monsters? They can sponsor me. I'm fine. I drink them enough. All right. Let's look at the S&P 500. Why am I risk on? It is well above a 10 and 21-day moving average. If you guys don't know already, that's what I follow. If as long as we are above a 21-day moving average and we're trending to the north side on the 10 and the 21, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling positive. Now, I will say this, when we're a little extended from that 10-day moving average, like we are, I do like to pull on the reins a little bit. I like to manage my trades rather than trying to get into some trades. Now, if they're 5-star setups, I'm not going to argue with price action. And this right here, I am not going to argue with this price action. We are in a bull run, and this has to be the most hated bull run that there has ever been. There are people from the 90s that say this is euphoric. This is a bubble. We don't want to be in this. We have the people that got hurt in 2020 that rode everything all the way up and then rode it all the way down, gave all their money back. There are not participants in this bull market. That's probably why we are not achieving euphoria. And that is a beautiful thing, because slow, generative buying creates a beautiful, slow, and trending bull market. As you can see, we are slowly deteriorating on that volume, and we will level off and hopefully, and I say that respectfully, hopefully continue higher. So we don't need to run through everything. We know the QQQs are looking just like the S&P 500 because the QQQs are pulling the S&P 500 up. What looks bad? Well, let me give you some bad news. The IWM looks like it's broken down here. So the breadth in the market is not looking so hot. But imagine with me for a second. Just imagine with me for one flippin' second, okay? I don't care if you're a quant or not. If you're a quant, vote on the poll. We already got 15 votes on the poll. Vote on the poll. Risk on, risk off, or I will never tell. Honestly, I want to know, okay? I know that I'm risk on. I know if you're a trend trader, you are risk on. You have to be risk on because if you're a trend trader, we're following the trend. There's no other way around it, okay? I'm a trend trader. I preach trend trading because that's what all the greats do. The Christian Quilamagis, the William O'Neills, okay? The Dan Zingers, okay? I mean, come on, guys. Pay attention here. If we are trending to the north side, you are risk on. It's that simple. If you're a quant, well, be a quant, okay? That's fine. You're allowed to be a quantrarian. But I promise you, if you've been a quantrarian the past 3 months, you are losing money. Now, the IWM has broken down. This is the bad news, right? We want to know where the breadth in the market is. It is coming down. The small and mid caps, you don't want to be in those, right? Now, there's some that are looking okay. There are some good. We've played a couple of those, okay? They're high ADR stocks. They're fast movers. We would love to see this moving higher, but imagine with me for a second. The few stocks that are holding this market up, the few stocks that are dragging the S&P 500 to the upside, and then all of a sudden, imagine breadth starts to come into the market. What's breadth, right? Maybe you don't know what breadth is. Breadth in the market is showing that not just one area is bringing up the market. Right now, we know that, the biotech, the healthcares, we know that communication, and we know that tech itself is just rip, tater, chip to the north side, right? But everything else is kind of lagging. The IWM is lagging. The breadth is not being showed, but imagine with me for a second. Well, the S&P 500 starts to climb, and it continues to climb. The breadth in the market starts to turn around. Let's just imagine that, okay? Now, I know I get a lot of haters out there that go, hey, look, we're up to debt we're up to debt. What about, the prices are still high, the economic contraction. I mean, I could be so negative. With you, but we'll go into that very, very soon. IWM is coming down, guys, but let's just imagine breadth is going to come into this market while the S&P 500 continues to trend higher. What do I like to look at? The RSP. This is the breadth in the market, and we can see we are below that declining 50-day moving average. That's not looking too good, folks. Not looking too good at all. So our main focus is the S&P 500. What about the fear in the market? What about the fear? I don't see any fear here. We're sitting at 1266. The fear in the market is over that 15, over that 17, over that 20. That's the fear in the market. Our last fear was the Middle East tensions, okay? Are we seeing that fear? No, I'm not seeing the fear in the market. If there's fear in the market, there's selling off in the market. We haven't been this low in a long, long time, folks. It's nice, cool, calm, and collected. Some people might like to argue, hey, this is the calm before the storm. This is the calm before the storm. Well, I'll tell you this, you might be right, but I'm not betting on it. Nope, that's why I use the 21-day moving average in the S&P 500, and I highly respect anyone else who does. Happy Father's Day. Yeah, you too, Jolene. Good to see you in here. I am pumped to have you. Dave looking big. You hit the gym. Kobe, come on, I hit the gym, brother. I'm trying to stay as big as you, man. I'm just trying to stay pumped like you, brother. Ronnie Little, happy Father's Day to you too. And happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I highly have a ton of respect for you if you're a dad, because I know it can be hard, right? It's very, very hard. It's not as rewarding as you would think it would be, right? You see all these pretty pictures and all this stuff? No. We gotta be strong. We gotta be disciplinaries. We gotta paint that picture for those young men. I got 3 boys, I got 3 boys. It's hard. When you want a day off and you want to relax, you can't, You still gotta go hard, baby, And today I did what every man should do, and he went hard, right? Still went to the gym, still did the dishes, still cooked, still cleaned. Let's go, baby. That's how we do it as men. So happy Father's Day to all the men out there. I am so pumped to be here right now. This is my gift. We got 23, 24 people watching here. Look at the screen really quick, guys. Let's bring this up. This is what you can give me for Father's Day because I love you and I hope you love me back. I'm going to refresh the screen. Let's see how many likes we have today. This is what I want to see. I want to get up above 20 likes, and I got 23 of you in here now. Can you help me out? I want to help you out. I give you everything for free, right? We have free Discord, free Watchlist, free everything. Okay, I've done thousands of hours of studying on so many things. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And Norman Conklin, happy Father's Day to you too, guys. We also have a poll on here. I want to know, are you risk on? Are you risk on? Or are you risk off? That's what I want to know. And if you don't want to tell, you can vote on that. Is that a Daisy Duke shirt not in your shirt? No, brother, that's the microphone. That's a microphone. I can tuck it. I'll tuck the shirt for you, Predator. What's going on, man? It's good to see you in here. I see all the love's coming in. I'm going to smash a little bit of that love right back to you guys. Hell yeah. Let's do this. All right, so where are we? The VIX Volatility Index is looking low. That is A-okay. Everything's looking fine for the VIX. We like to see it low because if the VIX Volatility Index is high, that's showing fear in the market. That's showing that people are going to sell off in that market, okay? We don't want to see a sell-off in the market, okay? We want to see it stay low. We want to see it trade sideways because if there is no fear in the market, that means that the bulls are holding on and they are slowly and gradually bringing that S&P 500 up. So to land on that, the S&P 500 is on a beautiful bull market. We had a 6-day bloody sell-off. We were here. We talked to you in the Discord. We even talked to you. We had a plan. We had this $500 bounce. I had naysayers in the Discord telling me, nope, I'll see you down there at 485. You know who they were, okay? You know who they were. And I said, yes, if we break 500, I'm with you. We're probably going to head lower, but we didn't. We bounced off the psychological and technical area of 500 and we headed higher. We made money on the way up and we had another pullback. We bounced off this 21. We were only bearish for half a day. Look at this. When it broke through, I said, hey, I'm hands off. I'm hands off. If we're below the 21, we're hands off. Then boom, we got back above that baby, rip, tater chip to the north side. And here we are on our 25th new all-time high this year. Can you believe it? You're going to have to, because there's no denying that price action, baby. It is looking absolutely awesome. And yes, Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive, has just posted in the chat the Discord. Go ahead and join that Discord absolutely free. Ken, what's going on? You have 4 girls and 2... No way! 4 girls and 2 boys. I need my investments to explode. Yes, sir. Well, I tell you what, back in the day, children were a very valuable investment because they could work on the farm. They would pay you back, right? Free labor. Now you can't even do that. I put my boys to work, they'll call the cops. No, I'm only kidding, guys. But yeah, wow. Ken, hey, happy Father's Day, brother. And 4 girls, man. I tell everybody that's got 4 girls, they are more manly than I am because if I had a girl, man, I would probably cry every single day. And maybe I do that anyway. But hey, anyway, let's hop to the economic calendar. What do we got that is going to be mostly volatile with this economic calendar? I'll try and get rid of some of these ads for you like that, like this and like that, y'all. Now, the economic calendar, we do need to keep in mind with this economic calendar that core retail sales is coming out. That's not going to be usually as volatile, or retail sales. It's very important, okay? I got a question. Juneteenth, guys, is the market open on Juneteenth? I didn't even look that up. I'm going to look it up right now. Is the market open on Juneteenth? Oh, it looks like markets are closed Wednesday. Look at that. Ugh, I hate it. I might love it that day, but we're here talking to you right now. That takes a day. It takes a day from me. I want to work on Wednesday. You know what I mean? I want to work on Wednesday. I want to make some money on Wednesday. So, hey, whatever. Whatever. Get out of here. Juneteenth. You guys can take a day off. You've been in office for so stinking long, and now you need an extra day. I'm not going to complain. Everybody needs a day off. But hey, what are you going to do, right? I mean, come on. Come on. I want to work. I want to work. Come on. Every day in the market is a good day. Anyway, Thursday, initial jobless claims, baby. You got to know, when initial jobless claims come out, we know it moves the market. The last time it moved the market, we went rip, tater chip to the north side, and it was a beautiful thing as core retail sales came in as well. CPI came in. And Monkey Magnet Tanya, what's going on? Just joined the Discord. Good to see you in here. Check out the resource section. We have plenty to offer in there. I would love for you to watch the trend break and the base break strategy first and foremost before you start asking any questions, so you know how we trade, what we're looking for, because the community that we are growing is very, very focused on what we want to trade, okay? So that way we all can help and work with each other. So remember, guys, Thursday, June 20th, that's gonna be the most important time at 8:30 in the morning. The forecast is 235. We actually wanna see this to be a little higher than that. That's going to show that there is economic contraction. People are having to file for that unemployment. That will also show if people are filing for unemployment, less people have a job, more people aren't able to spend money. If nobody's spending more money, that brings the price, the demand for things down. That brings supply up. And if you know anything about economics, that shows that inflation will then come down, okay? So bad news is good news sometimes, and right now, because the market fears that inflation, initial jobless claims, we want to see more people without a job. I know it sounds bad, but that is the way the market works. And every single time we've had a higher initial jobless claims, that's going to show Papa Powell that he has those rate stays at 5.5% are working. The economic contraction is working, okay? So that is good for the overall market. Now, the next thing that we're going to take a look at, well, it doesn't look like too much is going on except for on Friday, that Fed monetary policy report. That, I'll read verbatim, but basically, in my words, is just a state that they have to give, a statement that they have to give. The Federal Reserve Act, right here, guys, right here. The Federal Reserve Act, the Federal Reserve Board to submit a written report to Congress containing discussions of the conduct of monetary policy. What they are going to do in order to, keep us running. Keep it nice and smooth, okay? Thank you for posting that in the Discord. I appreciate you. Yeah, baby. The morning coffee. The morning coffee. What's going on, morning coffee? Good to see you in here. Let's see. What do we got? Beautiful, beautiful. Everything's looking good, guys. Yeah. All right. So the economic calendar, very, very small. It's the initial jobless claims that we need to watch out for. Remember, we have Wednesday off. So we are still going to have that meeting in the Discord at 9:30. We still want to be prepared. So even if we don't have anything to talk about, because Tuesday at 9, we will have our Discord meeting still for Thursday. Wednesday, we can do a deeper dive study just like we did on either Christian Quilamagi or William O'Neill or any of the greats, Oliver Kell. We can even review one of the many, many people on Trader Lion that has been interviewed. If you guys have a specific trader that follows a trend break strategy, you're more than welcome to throw that in the chat. We can definitely take a look at that. So. All right, so next up, guys, on the list, this is the little side dish that I wanted to talk to you guys about, okay? Why do we have this little side dish? Because when we get up here at these highs, there are so many contrarians out there. There are so many people out there that say, you know, this market, no, it's going too high, it's too high, it's, you know, we can't be this high. You know, it's going to pull back. You know, last time in 2020, I gave all my money back. It's ridiculous. Guys, when we're up here at all-time highs, sure, we can pull back. We can pull back. Of course we can. But here's the thing. Until we break a 21-day moving average, like, look, let's go all the way back here. Let's just use the history. When we were above this 21-day moving average after we made these new higher lows, we were above a 21-day moving average. Anytime we came down to this 21-day moving average, we bounced. That's why I'm using this, guys, because this 21 is powerful. 21, homie, all right? When we broke through it, we were hands off. We kept our hands clean. We bounced off the psychological $500 area. We bounced up above this gapping. People were so worried about this gap. Oh, we're gonna come back down, we're gonna clear this gap. No, the most powerful movements to the north side, they hold that gap, and we did, up above a rising 21-day moving average, and then we bounce off of it again. Look at this. New all-time highs, people. We're just trading sideways. This thing might even pull back to the 10-day, ride the 10-day, or bounce off the 21-day moving average again. Either way, I am still looking positive. And why did I bring this up? Why is this little side dish? Well, let me bring you up what we have in our resources. So go ahead and take a look at this screen right here. We have plenty of stuff in our resources, guys. So much stuff. There are so many things in our resources. We post all of our greatest things in here, okay? Now, what I want to show you is this picture that I added, okay? I hope you guys can see this pretty well, but the green is the bull market, the red is the bear market. This is why I always say, guys, it pays to be positive. Why does it pay to be positive? Well, let's take a look at this. Let's say you're a bear, right? You're a big grizzly bear. Ooh, I short the market. I short the market. I'm a bear with bull horns. I love to short. Covey will tell you, he's my right-hand man. He knows that I love to short. I do. I don't know why. Maybe because I feel so special because I can short. Either way, it's easier to be positive. It's easier to be a bull because right here, bull and bear market since 1946. The average bull market has lasted 5.6 years, and has gained about 192%. Look at that compared to these bear markets. Look at that. I think the bear market loses about 36 or 32%, if I remember right, 32% on average. So if I had to flip a coin, I would flip it. If there's a bear and a bull, you're going to land bull every single time. Very rarely are you going to land bearish, okay? So unless you're playing on a daily time frame, it's better to be a bull, okay? And no offense, if you want to be bearish, that's fine. If you want to be a contrarian because this market's so high, that's fine. But why short? Why short? Because if you've been shorting, you've been wrong for an awfully long time. And I can tell you, I can call quite a few people out. I just started ignoring them because they have, ever since I've met them, they've been so negative. And I tell you what, I've never met a rich negative person, okay? I really haven't, not in the market. I have not met one trader in here that just speaks nothing but vile, disgusting negativity and has been positive. Because I promise you, trading is hard enough. You need to be positive in your life outside of this place and inside the market. And I promise it pays to be positive. Look at this. Here's the chart. You don't even need to argue with me. And if you want to, that's fine, because I like to argue too. But we have plenty of stuff in our Discord right here. And hey, guys, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free. Guys, you can't get it any cheaper than that. You just need to join. You need to join. Check it out. Absolutely free, okay? And actually, we just had another person join. I meant to say welcome to you. Welcome, baby. Welcome. IPJI. I don't even know how to say that, but welcome, IPJI, to the Discord. You're going to love it. We have the schedule right there. You guys check that out when you join because we have plenty going on. So next, that was a little side dish. I hope you enjoyed it. Pays to be positive, people. You really need to be positive. You need to be positive in your life, period. Okay, you can choose whether or not you want to be happy or not. Happiness is a choice. Being positive is a choice. And my choice right now is to be positive in this market until we break below that 21-day moving average. Of course, I'm not naive to the breath. I'm going to be careful. That's why we always use risk management. You can be positive and still use risk management because you always need a backup plan. You always need to have that net. I'm not going to go climb 1,000 feet in the air without being tied off to something, right? Because I might slip and fall. I'm going to stay positive that I'm not going to fall. But if I do fall and I slip, I want something to catch me, and that is risk management, baby. Okay, enough with analogies, guys. Let's get into the trades. Now, I took a few trades. We'll go over the bad ones, and then I'll show you when I'm in on the good ones. So I was in FSLR. Let's check it out. If you look at FSLR, it was a little extended, but I still decided to take it. FSLR was coming down here. It was a huge push up on volume. You see this VCP, volume contraction pattern right here, the Mark Minervini volume contraction pattern right here. Then boom, we pop up on volume and we headed on higher, baby. So what did I do? I took a small long. My only issue was I did not take any shares out of this. There's a little psychology behind this, and simply put, I only grabbed 10 shares. I'm used to grabbing 10 shares here. I would have been up wildly, so I was only up, like a couple $100 here. Was not too happy with only taking the 10 shares, but I had stopped out my first try back here. It stopped me out right here. So I had to take it again on my second try. My second try, I decided to give myself a wider stop loss, and I did. We stopped out break even, okay? We stopped out break even on FSLR. And what was my other one? Let me take a little peek. I also stopped out break even on this one too. We didn't lose any money on these trades. Let's look at, hang on, let me see it, guys. There it is, AMRX. So I have this back on my watch list. It's a little slower of a mover, but look at this base breakout. I would take this 1,000 times, and I might take it again because now it's forming a trend breakout, okay? I didn't lose any money on this one either, but hey, I still want to talk about my losers because I don't want to just broadcast like I win all the time. I win no matter what. No, I lose. And you're a loser unless you're learning. And I've learned from these trades, okay? What I don't like is it's only a 3.5% ADR, but I love this base breakout. That's the only reason why I took this. Look how clean this base breakout. It reminds me of SHIP. I know it does for you too, Covey, doesn't it? You love this SHIP. Yeah, what's going on with FSLR? We can go over. Oh, I still have it on my watch list. We'll go a little bit more detail with that Nadayo. It's still healthy. It really is. It's still healthy, but it's just taking a breath right now. Okay, it's just taking a breath. So AMRX, you can see. Look at this. This is what we call a base breakout. Because if we zoom out, a big move up. Now look, it traded sideways, and it hit this area of 690. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then boom, right here, the 6th time on volume, you can see it broke up through here. We decided to take the trade right at the breakout at 690. It headed on higher here, pulled right on back, and we stopped out for break even, okay? So now I have my alert set at 691 right now, because if this takes off and I see a lot of volume coming in, I'll still take this trade. I probably won't take a lot of shares on this just because that's a slower mover. So as long as I have a PP, like purchasing power, if you don't know what PP is, the purchasing power, then I will take that PP and I will just dive right into it, right? We're gonna buy this thing up, use some of that purchasing power, and let this thing head on higher, okay? So AMRX is on my watch list, but I did lose, well, I shouldn't say I lost. I broke even on this trade, okay? Next up are my winners, what I'm still in and what I'm watching for on these trades. We have Abercrombie & Fitch. We got in, look at this. What is this? This is a trend breakout. You can see a big push up on volume. Absolutely love this. This was on earnings. You can see it is a past earner. Rip, tater chip. Who would have thought that this thing was gonna go from $24.95 to $196.99? Who would have thought? I promise you, if you did and you bought a very small amount, you're up wildly. Now this thing made another push higher. It pulled back. When we broke this trend line, I bought in at 171.60. Here's my active trader. I had 100 shares of this. We sold 25 after 2R. I sold another 25 right there at the top. So 379, we had sold another at 3R. So right here at, actually that was 1R and 3R. Now I'm holding the last 50 shares. My stop loss is if this closes below the 10-day moving average. We're up about $709 on this trade on this last 50 shares, okay? So I'm still up a wild amount just on this last 50 shares, and I've already paid myself. So there is no losing on this trade, guys. That's why I want you guys to watch that trend breakout strategy. You need to learn, you need to understand these moves, because a trend trader, this is what we're looking for. These are powerful moves. The ADR on this is 5.2 and the RS on this is over 99. Well, it's not over 99, it is 99. It can't get any higher than that. So I love ANF, and you know, I'm actually wearing some Abercrombie & Fitch right now, actually. I'm making my money back from when we went on vacation. We bought all new clothes, and that's where I shop. We bought it all there, so it's looking good. So ANF, rip, tater chip. If this can hold the 10-day moving average, I will continue to hold. If it wants to break through it, that's fine. I'll take my win and walk away and wait for the next setup. Now, if this wants to continue down and wants to show a new trend like this, guess what? If we break this trend, I'm going to get all my shares back in. Not only all my shares, I'm going to add to it. So the 50 that I have taken off here and here, I'm going to add that 50 back on, and probably 50 more shares to 100 more shares. Okay, and I will have an even bigger position size on this. Why? Because it is a leader in the market, in a hot sector, and it's taking a trade. It's taking, it's breaking my trend. It's playing my strategy. It is part of my process. Okay, and if you don't have risk management, if you don't understand risk management, we can give you a jump start. It's absolutely fine, okay? ASTS. Now, if you haven't heard of ASTS, that's fine. You're gonna hear about it right now. This is in the communication sector. Why am I in the communication sector? Because communication is hot. Have you guys not heard of AVGO broadband? Broadband is absolutely killing it. Let's just look at AVGO. Okay, this is the leader in the market currently. Gapping up. Wow, look at this thing. It closed at 1,500 and it opened back up at 1,678. Over $100 a share, people. Are you flipping kidding me? AVGO is rip, tater chip to the north side. Robert says, Dave needs to sell a t-shirt that says rip, tater chip. Yeah, baby. Yeah, we should make up some shirts. You know what? How about when we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll make up some shirts. And I don't know, I don't like the idea of selling anything. Maybe we do have a little merchandise, but I would like to think like all the OGs eventually, I would like to say like all the OGs get a t-shirt. You know what I mean? All the people that have been here, that have been on the thing. I can't make any promises. This is just a thought I'm having. We make up a shirt that says rip, tater chip. Yeah, with a pattern or a pattern. Jolene, if you meant pattern, I like that idea too. Like we have the rip, tater chip with the trend break strategy on it. Yeah, that would be sweet. And then all the OGs, before we get to 1,000, all the OGs that are active in the Discord, active in the chat, you know, we send the t-shirts out to, so that way we all have them. Just a thought. I can't promise anything, guys, because I have no idea where everybody lives or how much that would cost. But yeah, guys. So AVGO, rip tater chip to the north side, guys. I absolutely love to see this. And why am I talking about AVGO if I'm in ASTS? Well, ASTS moves 17.8%, where AVGO only moves at an average daily range 2.7%. Why? Because it's a boat. Look at the market watch. Look at AVGO in Broadcom, okay? AVGO is a boat. It's a slow mover, where ASTS has had that big move, is showing volume, but it moves 17.8%, okay? You have to understand, guys, ASTS is a very fast mover. We got in over 900 shares at 789. 789, we took off 300 shares at 1R. 300 shares at 1R. 300 shares at 2R. We let the last 300 ride, and then guess what? When it set up again for me on the hourly, I added another 100 shares, and now it's at a new close to hitting that new all-time high. All we need is to get up another 15 cents, and ASTS will be at a new all-time high. Dan Bob says the AVGO is doing a stock split. Yeah, AVGO is doing a stock split. And Jolene says, yeah, trend break pattern. Yeah, I really like that idea, Jolene. I really like that idea. I think that would be awesome. So ASTS, I'm up about $816 on ASTS on these last 400 shares. Of course, let's say this thing creates another trend or another base up here and follows that 10-day moving average. I will add on to it again and get my full share size of 900 shares. I've already made my money on this stock, guys. If this breaks the 10-day moving average, even the 100 shares that I've added onto this, I'm not losing money on, okay? Tomorrow, this thing is gonna be above that area that I added into. My new average is 817, all the way down here, and I'm not afraid. I'm willing to add more onto this because it is such a good mover. It's in such a hot sector. But right now, we're hands off. We can't do anything with the stock. We have to let it do its thing. We have to let it do its thing. Now, check this out, guys. Huge shout out to Covey. I come up with these watch lists. I scan the watch list. I go through all this crap for you guys so that way you don't have to. But I highly recommend everybody does this. You should look at 1,000 charts a day. I do. Maybe not a day, but I would say within a week, I look at probably 2,000 charts a week. So in the time frame of a week. Okay, but on Sunday, I look at well over 300 to 500 stocks. Easy on Sunday, okay? Just to make sure everything's prepared for you guys. Covey brought this up last week after I already had looked at over 1,000 stocks. He said, what about NNE? What about NNE? Let me tell you about NNE, guys. NNE is an absolutely beautiful stock that Covey brought to our attention. This thing has a beautiful push up on volume, volume price contraction or volume contraction pattern. Right down here, you can see it's like a trend. Look at this. See how it just sells off, but it doesn't sell down. It sells off, right? But it doesn't sell down. It creates a beautiful trend right here. And we were looking at this thing this day. Bada bing, bada boom. This thing broke up above 750. And if you guys weren't aware, I made a beautiful daily watch list and I put that in right here for you. Let me just read what I wrote. We had plenty to look at, plenty to watch, but right here we put in NNE, ADR 19.6%, RS 95, break above 750 on volume would be a great area risking the low of the day. Well, sure as shit, people, 750 broke. Where was my price? I bought it at 746 and then I added the last of the shares, which brought my average price up to 756. So I sold 150 shares of that. Let's see, what was my risk was 5.21. I sold at 12.67, so a little over 2R. Half of those shares got sold. Now that last half does not get sold until it breaks that 10-day moving average. Right here is that 10-day moving average. Tomorrow it'll be above my area that I bought it. So now there is no way that I can lose money on this trade. I've already locked in my profits. Even if it comes all the way down to break even, I've made my money. But I can see this thing continuing to run. Now, I would not expect anybody to buy it now. This is well too extended from that 10-day moving average. It needs time. I hope it continues. I hope it just keeps on ripping to the north side. Of course, right? Of course, we always want to see our trades come higher. And look at the volume on this damn thing. Of course, on that 5 minute, we took it on that 5 minute. Okay, let me just show it to you on this 5 minute. Actually, that looks sloppy. Let me zoom out here. Right here. There you go. 5 minute. Boom. The volume came in. We got in. Okay, you look at the 5 minute only for a second. You only look at it for a second to see the volume. We seen the volume. We got into that volume. And I think Kobe and I had seen this at like the exact same time we got in this thing. And boom, within 15 minutes, we were already out half of our shares. This is what we do, people. This is exactly why we all stick together. Why we create these watch lists, why we do all of this, because we want to make money. We need to make money. We always need to make money. That's what we're all doing this for, right? Eventually, you do it for the process. But first and foremost, the whole reason why you start is to make money. You don't get in here to lose. You get in here to make money. Next up, NVDL, which is a levered ETF for NVIDIA. We got in after it broke higher. All the way down here, people, look at this. Oh my gosh. We bought it all the way down here at $50. It's sitting at $80.96 when everybody was bearish and everybody wanted to sell this thing off and everybody says it's overvalued. I held on. Why? Because I have a process. We had over 200 shares of this. I'm holding 1/8 of this left. Of course, I wish I was holding more. Of course, I wish I was holding 1,000 shares of this and never sold. But I have a process. I sold at 1R. I sold at, I couldn't even tell you guys. I made so much money on this stock. I sold at, so I bought it at 50, sold at 51, sold a piece at 57, sold a piece at 60, sold a piece at 61.80, and now I'm down to 1/8, and I'm still holding 25 shares. We're still up $751 on this last eighth of a share. Last eighth, we're still up a wild amount of money, guys. That's why these trend break strategies. And people say the market's going to come down, the market's going to fail. Well, guess what? Let it fail. It'll hit my stop loss, and I'll still make my money. It's that simple, okay? Now, the last two things we can go over is the investment. Now, you guys were here when I made that investment. We had this bloody 6-day sell-off. Right here, this bloody 6-day sell-off. I started adding into this. The wife came to me with some money. She said, hey, I got some extra money. I need you to invest this money. Sure, babe. Let's wait. Let's wait for a sell-off. She handed that to me this day. I said, we need to wait for a sell-off. I told her, next time you hand me money, I'm selling all my stocks. Okay, it's a bad omen. If the wife hands me 7 to 10 grand, I'm selling everything out. I'm bearish, okay? Because the second she handed me that money, we went into a bloody 6-day sell-off. Holy cow, watch out if my wife hands me money and tells me to invest it, okay? Watch out, people. I will warn you now, okay? It'll probably be the best time because we got this pullback. We got a beautiful, beautiful setup. So we bought shares here. We bought shares here. Now, this is the long-term investment account. Long-term investment account right here. We bought it at 471. We bought it at 469. We bought down here 2 shares down here at 462. 2 more shares at 468. And then when it broke these new all-time highs, and I'm using the VOO, which is the S&P 500, the Vanguard ETF, okay? Then we bought the last 10 shares here at 483. So we have 16 shares. We're only up $345 in it. Okay, but this thing we just forget about, guys. We just let it ride. We let it ride. We also hold in VTI as well. I got 18 shares of that. We're up about $411 in that. So, you know, an easy, close to $800 just in investments that I'll never touch unless they break below the 200-day moving average. That's simple. That's simple. And then I restart. Okay, so that is everything on my watch or on my buy, on what I'm holding and what I have lost money on. Okay. There's a few other things that we can go over, and I want to bore you. We want to get into what? We want to get into the watch list, baby. And just before we do, I need you to take a quick look at my screen. Make sure that you hit this live button, guys. I want to make sure that you are caught up on this, okay? I bring you the watch list. We want to make sure everybody is live, so that way if you're asking something in the chat, you are live. Then, of course, smack this like button right here, right now. We have 21 likes. We beat the record from last time. That's absolutely amazing. We have 27 votes. Are you risk on? I want to know, are you risk on? I know that I am, but I want to really know what you are. And if you're risk off, I would love to know. I really would love to know why. Why are you risk off? There's plenty of reasons to be risk off. There really is. There's plenty of reasons to be risk off. But do me a huge favor, guys. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I already see that 2 people already has subscribed to this channel. You're making yourself an awesome move to do so. We also had 2 people join the Discord. I don't know if you're the same people or not, but hey, you're doing an awesome job. You're here to better yourself. There's good reasons for it, guys. So smack that live button. Make sure you're live. Smash that like button. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button because we are here doing big things.
Bruh.
If you haven't subscribed yet already, guys, you need to do it now. Yeah, feels good to subscribe. All right, anyway, let's go through the watch list. Now I'm going to come from the bottom and work my way up to the top. But of course, we want to make sure we hit everybody in the chat. If you've said it already, FSLR, of course, Nadaya, we're going to go over FSLR first. Just found the show, dog software. Heck yeah. Software is doing pretty well right now. CRWD, actually, we need to put CrowdStrike on there. CRWD. So welcome, dog. I'm glad you just found the channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, baby, for more of this beautiful, beautiful, sweet, I'll whisper sweet nothings in your ear. FSLR. So Nadaya wants to know what's going on with it. Well, look, this huge move that we had on volume, it's breathing. Sure, it broke above, but guess what? Maybe it's not ready to go yet. It got pretty extended from this 10-day moving average, so it pulled right on back. It's right back down here. It's still breathing. There's nothing wrong with this. The only thing I don't like is when I see a trend breakout, I want it to work for me. So when it came back, I stopped out at break even. Why? Why did I stop out at break even? Because I'm not in this unless it is trending to the north side. Right now, it's trending down, right? Short term. Right, in long term, it's trending up. It's above all of its moving averages. It still looks healthy. But if we aren't going to have a momentum breakout to the north side like we did here at this double base bottom, look at this, double base, boom, broke out, based out again, and then it was extremely powerful to the north side. So we took a look at this and we tried to get in, guys. We try to get in this day, we try to get in this day. Hey, sometimes they don't always work, okay? So we broke out for break even. That's no big deal. FSLR still has plenty of time to trade sideways, form a nice long base here, and we might be able to find a way to get into this very, very soon. But we need to let it have time, let it breathe, let it get some breath, let it relax after that huge push off the bottom, okay? So let's go through this. We have NEXT. So NEXT is pushing up to the north side. We can see here, I'll just draw it out for you guys. And a lot of you guys have been asking questions about like how to draw these out. So make sure you pay attention. I'll get rid of this active trader. Pay attention here. So when we look at stocks like this, okay, we're looking back. We're always zooming out on the daily time frame and we're looking at the chart. We can see we have all these movements of pushing higher, pushing up. We want to see it break through all this crap. So we know we have some resistance here. Let me just show you this. I'll show you right where the resistance is. It's all right here. That's the majority of the resistance. That's where it sells off. Okay, so we know we have resistance here. Well, look, right when it gets into this area, it is resisting this area. But if it continues to fight and try and fight through this, I think a good area to watch is this $8 area. Look at this, right where I marked is 807. So the psychological area of $8, it's having a hard time getting through. If NEXT can get through that $8, it'll look very, very well. Now let's look at NEXT and see what's going on. It's in energy minerals and oil and gas production. We have seen quite a few places or quite a few stocks that are in those the oil and gas drills or where they go out and they find those oil and gas reservoirs and stuff. Those are usually the ones that have been doing better. Energy, not so much, but the ones that are looking for that natural gas, that oil and developing pipelines, stuff like that, they've been doing a little better. So NEXT is on my watch list. And guys, I'm going to go through these pretty fast. If you have any questions, make sure you ask it in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy now. We have RYAM. Look at this beautiful basing top here. This beautiful basing top. We are looking at this 571. Look at this. It moves up on higher volume. Look at this volume down here. This is called VCP. Mark Minervini, VCP. It starts to contract on that volume. When we see that happening and we're having inside days now, it's getting tight on top of that 10-day moving average, okay? If you ever heard of Christian Quilamagi, he loves to see big pushes up, okay? It pulls back and it gets tight on the 10-day moving average. Now, this is a base breakout right here at the top. I have 571 marked. I absolutely love 571. I love that 571 area. If it breaks above this area on volume, we might have ourselves a trade. You could even go as far as to saying this might be a trend breakout here, okay? I'm not going to go that far as to say it, but you could even, if you really wanted to get like a tighter risk, you could even go like that, right? Set your alert down here. I'm going to wait for the base breakout. I'm waiting for the volume at this base breakout. My eyes are going to be on it when it gets through this 564 though, okay? So keep that in mind. we have SMMT. Now, I was watching SMMT for a trend breakout the past couple days. It didn't do it on too much volume though, so I had to pass. But now we're getting this beautiful basing pattern. So if I just get rid of this trend here, and we just look at where this mark is, look at this, right here, right where my area is, 844. This 844 area, if it gets above this, well, it's been following this 10-day moving average. This huge push up on volume is a beautiful sight to see. Now that it's pulled back, it's trending on this 10-day moving average. SMMT is going to be one that you want to keep on your watch list, okay? Absolutely beautiful. We have NRG. NRG looks absolutely beautiful for a trend breakout. The only reason why I don't like this is because it's been traveling sideways here for a little while. It's kind of stuck in this area, but NRG looks good for a base breakout because it's getting really tight on this 50-day moving average. Now, you'll notice a lot of the times I'm talking about the 10 and the 21-day moving average, and you can see on this one, the 10 and 21 are kind of holding that area. They're still above that 30. So this is kind of its last chance. If it breaks this 50-day moving average, I don't want to be in this, okay? And if we look at NRG, we want to make sure that this isn't like oil or gas. We want to make sure that this is more of a clean energy. So this is in the utilities, okay? Utilities has been doing okay. XLU, this is the ETF for XLU. It was doing really good for a long time. It's still above its 50-day moving average. If XLU can start to turn around here, NRG is also going to start turning around there. They're looking quite similar. Look at a big push up and a big pullback. And if we look at NRG, you can see a big push up and now a pullback. So if utility starts to turn around, that was a leader in the ETFs. You can see here NRG could definitely turn around. So keep this in mind. I'm going to set my alert right here at that 79.65. So that $80 area is going to be very, very important for it to get above and on volume. We have MAIA. MAIA, people. This is looking really good. It's in the biotech family. You can see it's riding this 21-day moving average. What I don't like about this is it's looking like a sell-off here, and I don't really like to see that, but the fact that it sold off and then got bought right back up, I do like that. So it kind of evens itself out. Now, you can definitely see a small trend here. I like to see these trends up here though, okay? So this MAIA, it is showing new higher lows, but when you see these big sell-offs, I don't want that happening to me. You know, I don't want that happening to me. But you can see when it gets this big push up, you can see a lot of people selling off into it. All right, so I'm just going to keep my eye on it. This isn't an A+ setup, but it's definitely a setup. So we're going to set our alert right here at this $4 area, okay? As long as this continues, I would even like to see another day in here. If it has another inside day here, I would love to see that before it breaks out. So MAIA is looking good. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, RGLS. So I do like this. I brought this up to Covey, and he pointed a very good thing out to me. We're not seeing new higher lows just yet, guys. We're not seeing new higher lows. This might need some more time, but I do like this area for a breakout. 253. This 253 area looks pretty good to me, but you can see we also have this. If you do this little downtrend thing here, that 253 is not just a trend breakout, but it's also a base breakout. So that's why I like it. It's kind of a double whammy, if you will. So keep that in mind. We also have LRMR. LRMR. Well, this one is also creating these new lower highs. What do I mean by that? Well, here's the low. Here's a new higher low. And now this will be the new higher low right here, creating a base breakout at that psychological $10 area. You want to see that $10 area break on volume in the 5-minute. So if we go into the 5-minute, just so you have a better understanding of what's going on, say we zoom in on this 5-minute here, look at, boom, smacking its head, smacking its head, smacking its head. Now it's doing this undercut. If it rallies up and then breaks through the 10, and we see higher than average volume than what you're seeing right here, all of this volume right here before it ran up, and we start to see volume like this or like this, that's when we want to get in through that breakout of that $10 area, okay? So I'm really liking this look, but I think it might need some more time, so we're going to give it some more time. Unless it breaks that 10 tomorrow, then I might just hop right into it, baby. NVCR. So NVCR, I was waiting on a trend break on this. It did break, but I did not take this trade, most likely because on the 5-minute we weren't seeing volume. You don't see volume, you don't take the trade. You let it pass. You just let it pass like a gallstone or whatever you call those. But why do I like this? It's riding this 21-day moving average. The biggest issue with this, it's not creating those new higher lows. It's creating new lower lows. So it's just on the watch list. I'm keeping an eye on it. HUMA. So this thing had a big push up, a big pullback. It kind of looks like that other stock, MAIA, I think is what we're looking at. See how it has that big, and then it's got that big sell off? We got the same thing for HUMA, okay? So I don't care for this, but I do want to keep this on the watch list because it's getting really tight and it's following this 21-day moving average. So if it gets above this, it might be something that I might want to take a small risk on. HTLF, and then we're going to get into some very yummy ones here really soon. So HTLF, Heartland, this thing has made new higher lows after a huge push up higher. It's forming this beautiful trend line. I really like this. I really, really like this. If it can hold this area and get above this $43 area on volume, this is definitely one that I want to keep on the watch list. So make sure that you are paying attention to HTLF, Heartland Finland, USA. Let's just look that up. So HTLF, and guys, if you want to know what I'm using here, this is TraderView. You can get this for absolutely free if you're in our Discord. And Dan Bob, if you'll throw up our link for the TraderView, you guys can, if you want an upgraded version of this, which you can use it for absolutely free, but if you want the upgraded version where you have a little bit more access to a few more things, you can get the essential plan. It's pretty cheap. But if you use my link, you get the first month for free. Okay, you get like $15 off. You're more than welcome to use it, but I'm not trying to sell you on it. I'm just letting you know there is a little freebie thrown in there. If you guys do want the essential plan and you use my link, you'll save a little money. And I know if you're a trader, you'll save money anywhere you can possibly save money, right? So HTLF, you guys can see, right, it's in finance. So finance XLF, let's take a look at its, you can see finance isn't doing so hot. So this might not be the best stock to take. You can see finance is below its 50-day moving average on XLF, the ETF. So why are we looking at XLF? Because if XLF is not a hot sector, then we don't necessarily want to take these trades. So I have it on my watch list. If the financial sector wants to turn around and get to going, just like utilities, we have some setups setting up. So we need to get that breath in the market before we start taking these kind of trades, okay? But we want to keep an eye on them. Just because they're not trending and they're not hot stocks, that doesn't mean we have to take them, but it definitely means we need to keep an eye on. Now, we talked about AMRX. If we haven't already, this is the ship looking stock where SHIP will just run back. We'll run it back. SHIP, beautiful base trend breakout, or a basic breakout, okay? Just like the double base on FSLR. You see these. They have an area they cannot get through, and then volume comes through in the 5-minute. You buy them, you make money off them. Now, if we go back to AMRX, you'll see it also has that beautiful trend here. It broke through. We took the trade. We stopped out for break even. If this thing wants to shape up, pun intended, if it wants to shape up and head to the north side, I have my alert set at 691. If it wants to continue higher here, I might take it, but it is a lower ADR at 3.5%. But it is in a hotter sector. That healthcare sector is still doing very, very well. BRCC. So BRCC, this thing also, and this was actually brought up by Dan Bob Dan, the greatest moderator alive. He said, hey, what do you think about BRCC? And then gave all the criteria for it, which if you guys are in the Discord, you always want to make sure you're giving that criteria, which is, so he said, what do you think about BRCC? The ADR is 4.71. Anything above 4%, we're looking at, okay? He also said the relative strength, meaning relative strength according to the market, it's doing better than the market is most of the time. It's above 92, and it's sloping up 200-day moving average. So here's the 200-day moving average. We want to always make sure the stocks are above a 200-day moving average. Usually they are if they're beating the S&P 500, and you can see it's sloping up. All the moving averages are sloping up. So BRCC is that breakout on Friday. Okay, there wasn't a lot of volume coming in on that breakout except for in the morning. So I know a few of us were watching it. We didn't end up taking it. I kept hands off for most of the day. And I didn't have this on my daily watch list, but I know Mo Wealth was watching this. I know Dan Bob was watching this. We had a huge volume blurb come into here, and it sold right off. If you were using previous day as your stop, you would still be in this, and you would be most likely in the money by 10, 15 cents. But That being said, we didn't get a lot of volume coming in this until the end of the day, and then it kind of sold back off and grabbed that VWAP area. So BRCC, I do have on my watch list. It's gonna hit my alert first thing in the morning, so I'll definitely be watching this first thing in the morning. But to do a small deeper dive, let's see what sector BRCC is in, because we wanna make sure it's in consumer non-durables. All right, so food, specialty, and candy. So the consumer non-durables. I don't think that that's necessarily a hot sector. That's definitely one to keep an eye on, but it's not the hottest sector. So, you know, maybe a catalyst or something comes in for BRCC and it makes it a better stock. But now, guys, you don't hear me talking about this much. We made some money on GME, GameStop, okay? Yes, listen up. We're talking about GameStop. Bruh. Okay? GameStop. You know, with the degenerate's choice. And you know, I'm okay with talking about GME. Why? Because all of a sudden, I take a look at GME just because I'm passing through. This thing moves 24.6%. And on the daily, it's not only showing a small trend here, okay? A trend, but it's also showing this base breakout at 3061, or we'll just call it 3050, okay? GME is extremely talked about. It's extremely volatile, and you need to make sure you have wide stops. I'm willing to take a risk on the low of day on this if it breaks that $30 area. Why? Well, it's setting up. This is my trade. I love to be in stocks that are very volatile. I love to be in stocks that move very fast. And at 24.6%, and with all the news and the catalysts and the craze and the roaring kitty BS, the Ryan Cohen BS that's going on in this, I want to be on the right side of this trade. And if I'm not, I'll stop out. That's fine. But look at this. This is flagging. It's not the prettiest flag, but it's flagging, people. So I want you to keep this on your watch list, GME, but make sure if you play GME, you're using risk management, because this can be very, very volatile and really smack you around. Now we have Mara. Okay, I got a lot of lines on here for Mara. Just ignore the lines. I'm leaving them on here. This thing is trending in a range, and it also has a trend breakout. So here's your range on Mara, okay? And here's your trend on Mara. And if it gets up above this, I'll be alerted. But what I really like is CLSK. CLSK has broken its trend, and now it needs to break this base. If it breaks this base of roughly 1850, if it breaks this 1850 area on volume, this might be a tasty little trade to take, okay? So I like it. I like the looks of it. We can even move this trend instead of taking it off the top there. We can move this trend, something like that, okay? That looks a little cleaner. And, you know, if it wants to take that area, I think CLSK has plenty of room to move, okay? And plus, if you guys didn't know, IREN, it's the leader in the miners right now. If this thing can set up again, oh my gosh, this thing could really get to ripping. Look at this trend break. This trend break right here. Our buddy Danny made a lot of stinking money on this. I think between 4,000 and 7,000. I don't even remember, guys, but Danny fucking, he took this. Excuse my language. I need to get the beep button on here. Yeah, but Danny made a lot of money on this. So I absolutely love seeing our traders absolutely kill it. So let's run through a couple of these guys. So we got GTE. I really like this. This thing is another energy stock. We had a base breakout on this, and now it's trending. It's forming a trend line right there, that 10-day moving average. We have FTEL. I don't really care for this stock just because it already kind of broke out of this trend. I am seeing a lot of energy trying to take off here. But FTEL, it's sitting right at that base breakout. So tomorrow morning, if we see this thing want to continue higher, that might be a really nice stock to keep on your watch list. We have HRTX. Now, HRTX is also creating this trend right here. I like to see this break out above 371. That would be very nice. We have FIP. FIP is looking really, really good here. The only reason why I don't like this is it's not creating new higher lows. It's riding the 50-day moving average, but it's not really in a new higher low state, creating. Now this you could call new higher lows, but it's not really setting new higher lows, right? Where this is setting a new higher low, a new higher low, a new higher low. This kind of set a low and hasn't set a new higher low yet. All right, so we're just keeping a close eye on that. All right, let's take a quick break, guys, and take a look at my screen really quick. really quick, we're going to end this poll. We got 27 votes on this poll. That's absolutely amazing. We asked you, are you risk on? You said 74% actually said you are risk on. So cheers to you. I am also risk on. 19% you are risk off, and 7% they won't even tell you. Nobody's going to tell you. Nobody's going to tell them. They'll never know. They'll never know. They'll never know. All right, so we'll end the poll there where 74% of you are risk on. I think the last one that we, candy and tacos for the win. I love that. Bob Dan actually put the trading view right here. You click on that link and it'll bring your trading view up right here. You'll be able to use trading view right off the rip tater chip. And if you guys want to learn how to set up your trading view, how we use our trading view, we are coming out with a video tomorrow. Tomorrow will be that video. Your boy Covey has that video. And if you guys haven't already, smash that like button. If you have, don't press it again. Please don't press it again. But smash that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We'll get a quick refresh on here and see where we're at today. Let's take a little peeky gander. 24, we beat our record pay. Let's go. We always want to see progression. We always want to keep on moving on up. So yes, TraderView, smash that link. You guys will love it. TraderView is absolutely awesome. And we can go ahead and jump right back to what we were doing. Now, we have Nadayo. I'm sending some love right back to you. He says NTNX. All right, NTNX, come on now. What is this? What is this? No, we don't want to see this. Yuck. This is yucky. Why is this yucky? It's below all the moving averages. It's not following a trend on anything, and it's just right above that 200-day moving average. I definitely don't like this. I'll tell you what I did like. I liked it when it was about here and broke up above these moving averages, broke this base, and then started trending to the north side. And then guess what else I liked? I liked this base right here at the top. Guess why I wouldn't have played this base? Because right here are the earnings. We wouldn't have played this base, even if it broke out, because earnings were the next day. We do not play earnings, and this is the exact reason why we don't play earnings, guys. Because earnings are a gamble. The earnings sold off hard and quick. This isn't something we want to do. Also, if we look at NTNX, let's take a look at NTNX on our trader view. We can see here the RS rating is 88. We don't want to be looking at stocks that are 88. We want to look at stocks that are above 90, guys, above 90. All right, above 90 is good. Also, the only thing that looks good is the ADR in the stock at 4.1%. So I do not like NTNX. I'm not ever going to look at anything that looks like this. This is bad. We are trend followers. This is breaking down, okay? Now it might pop back up. It might start trending again, creating new higher lows. But this has just created a new low. This is a new low that it's created. I'm hands off. I don't want to be a part of this, this slow moving. This is what I call a shit stock. I do. That's what I call a shit stock. So I don't really care for that, okay? A couple that already took off, guys. IPW. Look at this. IPW. Absolutely beautiful. Huge rip up, then kept following a trend. And then right here, it got tight on the 10-day moving average and then took off. Okay, so that looks really good. Yes, I have Kava, Yosef. I have Kava on my watch list. The only issue with Kava is I don't have a way of playing this yet. We tried to play it here, then we had this base breakout, but of course what ruined it was earnings. I couldn't play it on earnings, so we just stayed hands off. Actually, I played the base breakout, but I had to get out same day. I think I made $400 this day. B. Stewie called this base breakout right here and played it. But look, this was the trend breakout. I never got into the trend breakout, guys. Oh, it's so sad. This is a beautiful trend breakout, and I'm not in it. So the only thing I can really hope for is that it creates like maybe a base right here. If it creates this base right around this $92 area, and let's say it trades sideways and gets really tight here and forms another base, Kava might be a good one to play. But I need some more time on Kava. So yeah, it's definitely on my watch list. You should definitely keep Kava on yours. So it's looking really, really good. Let's see another one that ARM. ARM was a really good one. This thing broke out. TPC, oh, what's up, Kevin Kilgore? Yeah, how are you finding the RS rating? Well, check it out. We have TraderView, and Dan put the link in the description. You can add the RS indicator, and actually we're coming out with how to set this up, but I can just show you really quick. If you go to your indicators right here and type in the Market Smith indicator, type this in, Market Smith indicator, Fred 6724, you add that to this, and then bada bing, bada boom, you'll have the RS rating right here at the bottom, okay? So if we type in NVDA, you'll see the RS rating is gonna be 99. It's the best moving stock in here, okay? If we type in, let's look at Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin right here, you can see that it's 96%, right? So those are those are hot, and that's where you want to see. That's what you want to see, the RS rating. So make sure you take a. You're absolutely welcome, Kilgore. Kilgore. It sounds like fatality. So take a look at ARM, guys. This was a beautiful trend breakout as well. Key your eye in to seeing this kind of stuff. All right, ARM, absolutely beautiful breakout. REBN, this was another one that Covey pointed out. Look how tight this got right here, guys. Train your eye into seeing stuff like this. Big push up, another big push up, started trending on the 10-day moving average, created this little baby trend breakout, got really, really tight here. 3 inside days, and then boom, started to take off here. And look at this now. Look at this thing now. Just rip tater chip to the north side. Absolutely love seeing this. Yes, Dan Bob put that in the Discord right there. You guys can join the Discord for absolutely free. Love to see you guys in there. So we have, I think that's everything. Guys. So if you guys don't have any questions, I'll give you just a few minutes. This one's for me. If you guys have any questions, throw them up in the chat. If not, we're gonna wrap this thing up, baby. This was a great night. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe. We are gonna do this every Sunday, a big one, baby. We're gonna go over everything, my trades, your trades, everybody's trades, okay? We're gonna get down, baby. And appreciate you. If you made it all the way till the end here, thank you so much. I'm gonna shoot some love your way. Just click this button about 1,000 times. Yeah, Joseph, we went over TMDX a couple of times actually today. TMDX was a good one, yeah. So TMDX, we can go over just one more really quick. TMDX, oh, did we not? Oh, we didn't go over TMDX, I'm sorry. I'm getting that confused with another one. So excuse me, Joseph. Yeah, we can go over that really quick. I like this. Why is this not a, oh no, I have it on my watch list. We just didn't go over it. I'm gonna bring this down here on my watch list a little better. So yeah, I like TMDX. This thing is looking really tight. It's looking beautiful here. So if it can get above this 144.50-ish area, so we'll say 145, yeah. That's a psychological area, 145, and it's getting really, really tight here. I like that it trended down here and then kind of cleared all this out and then came right back up, following this, bouncing off this 21-day moving average and still holding this 10, now getting really, really tight on Friday. So let's see some volume on that 145 break. And TMDX can be powerful. It is 4.7% ADR, so it's a faster mover. Thanks for pointing this out, Joseph. This is how I know that you're really, really catching on. Willie Heister, what's going on? Thank you, brother. Happy Father's Day. Hey, Willie, happy Father's Day to you too, brother. Thank you so much for joining. Kilgore says, can you go over TPC? Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I didn't go over that one. But yeah, I like this stock. I like TMDX. It's looking really good. I want to see that breakout. Let's get that breakout on volume. We'll keep an eye on it on the 5-minute. My alert will go off, and so I will alert all of you. So TPC, let's take a look at TPC. So TPC, this is looking good, but I feel like we missed our trade here. Here's the trend, and it just broke out. So when I miss these breakouts here, you know, I want to see them trade sideways for a little bit. Let's take a look at what is TPC? Let's take a look. So TPC here, Tudor Pyrenees. I don't know how to say that. Industrial services. So I know industrial services have been doing pretty well lately. We can see here the RS rating is 98, so it's meeting all of our criteria. If it's not already on your watch list and you didn't already take this trend breakout right here, guys, you know, I would just have to wait for it to break another base or something. So I don't have a play on it. I feel like the play has already been taken. You would have to have played it either 19.83 or the break of $20. Right now it's trading at $20.72. So if you're willing to risk the low of the day or previous day, if that gives you a good entry, that might still be a play. But TPC looks good. I like it. It's definitely a mover. It's definitely in a hotter sector. The sector's kind of cooled off a little bit. I know last month it was doing really, really well. This month it's kind of had a pullback, as you can see, even in this stock. But yeah, TPC, definitely a good one to keep on your watch list. I'll throw it on mine, TPC. We'll keep an eye on that. We also didn't go over CRWD. Look at CRWD. I know we had somebody asking this last Sunday about CrowdStrike. They were asking this right before earnings, and I said, hey, look, there's nothing you can do about it. You know, earnings is getting a little wild, or maybe it was just after earnings. Let's see. Yeah, just after earnings. And I just said, you know, this thing's kind of choppy here. It's kind of choppy. Well, after earnings, it showed that it is a leader in this market, and it gapped up over all of this issue. Now that it's gapped up over all of this, I would love to see this create a trend. If this thing can come back down, well, the 10-day moving average comes up here and create a trend. Let's say it looks something like this, you know, something like this, and holds this gap up area, 366.98, and gets really, really tight. It would be really nice to be able to get a hold of CRWD. You know, I've been talking for a long time how, you know, if AI is going to be so inspirational and AI is going to be this next big thing, well, what's the next thing that follows up this new technology? It's always going to be safety, right? There's always so much concerning this AI issue, right? This AI issue of how are we gonna keep ourselves safe with AI? Well, you're gonna need better software. You're gonna need some kind of safe zone, and you're gonna need these CrowdStrikes, these protective services, in order to help you protect yourself. Okay, so let's just look up because I'm missing a key word here: technology, surface, and package software. So when I was thinking CrowdStrike, I was thinking more of like a let's see, provide cybersecurity. Thank you. Jeez, I could not get that. I could not get that out of my mouth. So this is cybersecurity, guys. And I think with AI, we're going to want to see more cybersecurity. Okay, CRWD is definitely in that cybersecurity. You can see they had awesome earnings here. They went from 0.20 cents on their earnings per share to 93 cents. They moved 4.1% ADR, and now let's just take a look at this, the RS rating, which I don't think, yeah, it's 98. So definitely keep CrowdStrike on your watch list, because this thing, if it forms, excuse me, if this thing forms a beautiful trend and follows this 10 or 21 day moving average while it forms this trend, this could be a very, very powerful stock. All right. All right. If there's no more questions, we're going to call this a wrap, guys. It was absolutely fun. I absolutely love doing this, and I love having each and every one of you here. Thank you guys so much. We'll say our goodbyes now, because every time I hit this thing, you know, I feel like everybody's saying goodbye, and I'm like, no, I want to say goodbye to you. So I hope you guys have a good night. Jolene, I hope you made it to the end. Dio, Kevin, Ken Sabrera, Predator, thank you for joining. Norm, thank you. Covey, my boy, my right-hand man, Covey, thanks for watching. Jimmy Bright, thank you so much. Joseph, Norman, Ronnie Little, let's go, baby. Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you for being here. The morning coffee, if you're still here, I appreciate you being here. Joseph, if I didn't say your name already, Joseph, I know B. Stewie always watches from start until the end. B. Stewie, it's good to have you in here. Thank you so much. Kevin Kilgore, thank you guys so much. Roberto Tanish, Bob, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. Yes, I knew you'd be here, Jolene. You are a huge supporter. Thank you so much. The Dio, Dan, Bob, Dan. I think I hit everybody. Oh, Willie, he's there. You're welcome. Appreciate you being here, guys. So listen, if you guys didn't know this already, we're coming out with that trader view. So how you set it up, we're coming out with that tomorrow. I'm going to come out with sometime in the morning. So if you want to set up your trader view how we do, and you don't know how we do it, your boy Covey, I watched this video right before we started. He is a mastermind at editing, and he is getting really good at articulating his words like he is talking to you. And I watched this video. You guys, I am pumped to put this out. And Covey, thank you so much for letting me use your material. I mean, this boy is killing it. He is killing it. He keeps us all safe in our Discord. At least he does his best. You know, he only can keep the bad guys. Remember, guys, if there's anybody reaching out to you, it's not me, okay? I'll talk to you in general chat. There's a lot of spammers. He's keeping the lowdown on that. He's keeping the Discord safe, and now he's making YouTube content as well, and it is amazing. I can't wait for you guys to watch that. And don't forget, tomorrow at 9 o'clock, Covey is taking over the Discord. I'll still be there. I'll give him a warm welcome and introductory, but Monday is Covey Day, and he's got a breakout watch list. He's got a few things he wants to talk to you about, maybe some psychology, maybe a little bit about this, a little bit about that, but you better believe it. He is going to be there tomorrow, and so will I, and I am pumped for my boy Covey. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have an awesome night. I'm going to hit you with this outro, baby. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. Peace.